I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, Learn Spanish Easily with Sergio Manso. Today we are going to see the main uses of the preposition a in Spanish, and at the end, as usual, an idiom in Spanish. Please, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel so that we can keep it alive. It's for free. One of its main uses is as the preposition of the objeto directo, direct object, and objeto indirecto. In this case, we use it when we are talking about when the direct object is either a person or people, a person or more than one, I mean people, or an animal. In all the other cases, we don't use a preposition. For example, veo a mi perro. You already know it's this that this means I'm looking at my dog. As a dog is an animal, we use the preposition a. Instead, if we say I'm looking at my book, we don't use it. Veo mi libro. In the case of the objeto indirecto, the indirect object, we always use it. No matter if the indirect object refers to either a person or a thing, or an object or an abstract noun. For example, le di mis libros a María. I gave Maria my books, or I gave my books to Maria. So remember that we double the indirect objects very often. We can say di mis libros a María, but it's more common to double it. Le di mis libros a María. And see here, because we are going to use the preposition a when we are talking about things, objects. Le cambié los asientos a mi coche. Le cambié los asientos a mi coche. I changed the I changed the seats of my car. Los asientos is the objeto directo, direct object, and mi coche preceded by a, the same as le, they are the same, both are the indirect object, objeto indirecto. So no matter if it's an object or a person, when we are making a sentence and the part of it, and we are talking about the indirect object, we always use the preposition a. Many verbs in Spanish must be followed by the preposition a. I'm going to give you some examples. Decidirse a. In English, you use it with the preposition to. I decided to set a new business, for example, or I decided to travel to London, for instance. And decidirse a, remember that this se must be changed according to the right pronoun. For instance, for you, for the second in the singular, te decidiste ya? Have you made up your mind, or have you decided about something or to do something yet? Another verb that in English is followed by the preposition into, in Spanish is followed by the preposition a. Traducir not only by the preposition but also by the article. So remember that we make a contraction there. Traducir al español. To translate into Spanish. Traducir este libro al español. To translate this book into Spanish. Another verb, let me see because I wrote it here. Oh, parecerse a. Parecerse a, another verb with this pronoun. This means to look like. For example, in my case, this is true. Me parezco. Me parezco mucho a mi familia materna. I look like my relatives coming from my mother's family a lot. In my case, I look more like them than to my father's family. So parecerse a means to look like. Here you have the preposition. Let's see other uses. When I turned on the fan, I hope it doesn't make a huge noise, because you may know that in Argentina it's springtime, so the weather is starting to be hotter, something that I suffer a lot from. I suffer hot weather too much. Well, to indicate direction, dirección, I mean a physical direction, dirección, related to a place or to a person, persona. For instance, fui a lo de mi tía. This is very Spanish. Lo de means what is implied here is la casa de mi tía. It's the same as if we said fui a la casa de mi tía. I went to my aunt's house. We use both, fui a lo de mi tía or fui a la casa de mi tía. And many Argentinian speakers, due to Italian influence, say you may hear it if you happen to come to Argentina. It's considered wrong, but many people say it without the preposition a, that is what we are seeing. Fui de mi tía, because in Spanish, in Italian, sorry, sono andato da mia zia, dalla casa tua. Entonces, so because of this use in Italian without the preposition a. Many Argentinian people omit it, but it's considered wrong in Spanish. So I put these examples, for you to know that this happens in Argentina, but it's not right in Spanish. This is the way to make it right. Fui a lo de mi tía, or fui a la casa de mi tía. I went to my aunt's house. In the future, conjugated in the present, the same that you do with your going to. Voy a ir a Roma. I'm going to Rome. Voy a Pedro. More commonly we say voy hacia. I'm going towards him. I'm going to him. But you can come to hear this. Voy a una persona, but it's more commonly used with hacia. Let's see other uses. To express an order. I think it's number 4. I thought it was 5. Para expresar entonces una orden, an order, we use this preposition a lot. Very common situation when I was a child and my mother had already prepared dinner or lunch. She said to all of us, to my father and my sister and me, a comer. It's usually, at least here in Argentina, it usually goes together with a clap of our hands. A comer or just a comer. A comer, so it means everybody come to the kitchen to eat. Vamos, es tarde, a dormir, que mañana tienen que ir al colegio. Come on, everybody go to sleep because tomorrow you've got to go to school, for example. So, a dormir is very, very common. Todos a dormir. Vamos ya, todos a dormir. Via, another Italian word, it's very common in Argentina. Via. Via means way. Go to a certain way and walk on it so that you can get to your bedroom to sleep. This is because of our grandparents that said via in Italian. Todos a dormir. Everybody go to sleep. No more television, no more playing, no more whatever. So to express an order, 5, both related to a place and to time. I mean, we've already talked about places when we talked about direction, but it's always used to indicate a specific position. Golpearon, or more commonly, llamaron. A la puerta. This means somebody knocked at the door. In Spanish, it's in person. I mean, the subject is only the subject coincides with this ending, and it would be ellos or ellas, but only for grammatical reasons, because when someone knocks at the door, it's supposed to be only one person. But in Spanish, we say this in plural. Llamaron a la puerta, golpearon a la puerta, llamaron al teléfono. Somebody called on the phone. And when talking about time, well, we saw how to tell the time in Spanish in one of the last videos. So, for example, the meeting is at 12 p.m. La reunión es a las 12 p.m. La reunión es a las 12 p.m. How untidy I am today. Sorry, I try to be tidier. La reunión es a las 12 p.m. The meeting is at 12 p.m. Not only when talking about a specific hour, but also when talking, for instance, when we are talking about different times throughout the day. A la mañana. So, a la mañana in the morning. A la tarde in the afternoon. A la noche at night or in the evening. Let's see other uses. Another use has to do with position, posición. What you say in English, on the left or to the left. In Spanish we say a la izquierda, to the right or on the right, a la derecha. To the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. Al, we use the contraction of the preposition and the article and say to the north, al norte, to the south, al sur, to the west, al oeste, and to the east, al este. When it has to do with an extension, extensión, regarding place or time, lugar o tiempo. For instance, de costa a costa, coast to coast, LA to Chicago, like the song, coast to coast, de costa a costa, from one bridge to another bridge, de puente a puente, etc. And regarding time, for example, la fiesta duró de 1 a 7 de la mañana. So here's the preposition a. This means the party lasted from 1 a.m. to 7 in the morning. La fiesta duró de 1 a 7 de la mañana. To indicate the way of doing something, For example, este pullover fue hecho a mano. To mean that este pullover fue hecho a mano. Literally, it means the sweater was made using the hand, to indicate that it's not the product of a series in an industry. This is a homemade sweater. Hecho a mano. Hacer algo a mano. Hacer a mano means to do something or to make things by using the hands and not by using machines like as in a factory, for instance. Or so to indicate way, manera. Manera is way. Pelo cortado a tijera. To mean that one went to the beauty parlor or to the hairdressers to have a haircut, and the hairdresser cut my hair, for instance, by using his scissors, not a machine. Pelo cortado is the, well, in English it's the same, but it's the third column of cut, the past participle. To indicate with, we could say with, con tijera, but we normally say a tijera. Tijera so means scissors, a pair of scissors. Well, etc. It indicates the way of doing something. In some cases, when we have an indirect object in the sentence, the preposition a can go instead of para. For example, compré esta revista para ti. I've bought this magazine for you. Many times, instead of saying para, we just say a. Compré esta revista a ti. So this is the indirect object, objeto indirecto. So both are commonly used. The preposition a can replace the preposition por in Spanish to indicate the cause of something. Debido a esto, due to this, the school will be closed for 1 month. Due to this, because of this, as in English. Debido a esto, por esto, we can say both. I mean, if we say the word debido, we don't say por. As you don't say due of this, because of this, or due to. If we say debido, we say debido a. And if we say por, we only use the word por to indicate the cause. Vino a pedido mío. He or she came to my house because I asked him or her to come to my house. A pedido mío, pedido is the noun refer to the verb pedir, ask for, or ask to, ask someone to come. A mi pedido, because I asked him or her to come. On other occasions, we can replace our preposition según. That, I don't know if you remember, in English it's according to, by the preposition. For example, según mi modo de ver, according to my way of seeing things in life, or more generally, according to my point of view, we can say a mi modo de ver. A mi modo de entender, understand, according to the way I understand things in life. That would be the meaning. Many adverbial phrases, we say frases adverbiales, are used together with the preposition a. A oscuras. A sentence in Spanish using a oscuras could be limpió su casa a oscuras. Something very hard to do, I'd rather say impossible to do. He or she cleaned all her house in further dark, in the dark, without any light at all. A oscuras, or a more logical use, for instance, I read a book almost in the dark. Leí un libro casi a oscuras. There was just a little light on, so I could manage to read it. But and let's see a final use of the preposition a. It starts our questions that have to do with who, where, what, how much, how many. ¿A quién miras? ¿A quién miras? Who are you looking at? Remember that in Spanish we put the preposition at the beginning of the sentence, or the question, not at the end. In English you say who are you looking at? We say a quién miras, a quién estás mirando. ¿A dónde vas? Where are you going to? What happened to us? Well, we saw this question, ¿a qué te dedicas? To mean, what's your job? What do you do? If you remember this verb, dedicarse, to put one's energy doing something as a job. ¿A qué te dedicas? ¿A cuánto tienes la manzana? This cannot be translated into English literally because this is very common in Spanish, but it's very natural for us to speak like that, like this, but we have to make some changes when translating into English, translating this into English. ¿A cuánto tienes la manzana? The translation would be how much. Situation would be the following: we are the greengrocers and we ask him or her, how much is the apple? I mean a kilo, not one apple. How much is a kilo of apple? ¿A cuánto tienes? Well, as you can see, the way of making this sentence is very different in both languages. Well, these are the main uses of this preposition a in Spanish. And let's move on to two idioms in Spanish with this preposition. Let's see three. A lo hecho pecho. You know, that these are metaphors. Literally, this is our past participle of the verb do or make. In Spanish, we have only this word hacer. And pecho means chest, the chest. Let's see if you can figure out what the meaning of this metaphor is. A lo hecho pecho. It means it's got to do with generally, yes, with a bad situation, or when someone else has done something bad to us, or when we doesn't have necessarily got to do with a moral mistake or error. For example, I made something wrong. Well, no matter how wrong I made it, I have to face the situation and go on and change what I have to change and put my chest against bad circumstances that can come from this mistake. So this is the meaning of a lo hecho pecho. Well, this is a long idiom. A caballo regalado no se le miran los dientes. Caballo, maybe you know this, is horse. Yes, we saw ride a horse, andar a caballo. Regalado, got from someone as a gift, as a present. Someone gave us a horse. This would be the literal meaning. Someone gave us a horse as a present. No se le miran los dientes. Dientes is a plural of tooth, so it means teeth. So, miran, from the verb mirar, to look at. The metaphor would be, the literal way is, someone gives us a horse as a present, so we have to say thanks and not pay attention to the horse's teeth, if they are too big or ugly, etc. The metaphor is that when we get something as a present or for free, or from another person that has a good intention towards us, it's better, we don't have to pay attention to details that maybe we don't like. It's better as human beings to say thanks and enjoy that present, no matter if we like it or not. That's the idea. And finally, another idiom. Well, this idiom has a word, a vulgar way, but of saying a gas, a human gas. But well, all human beings fart many times a day. It's natural. Otherwise, we would be dead. The expression a los pedos. Pedos is the plural of farts. And the expression a los pedos is not literal, of course. It is a metaphor to indicate that something is done fast, very fast, sometimes too fast. Rápido. For example, look, that car, oh, no. For example, in Spanish, mira ese auto está yendo, va a los pedos. That car driver is driving too fast. Well, I don't know if you have an idiom in English with the word, yes, with the word fart. For sure you do have, but to mean that an action is made fast. So, I don't know, maybe another example. Vio una araña y tuvo tanto miedo que salió a los pedos, que salió corriendo a los pedos. He or she saw a spider and got so scared that he or she ran very, very fast to get away from the spider. That's the meaning of it. Well, people, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a like, thumbs up, comment, share, ask, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep it alive, because it's a free way of learning Spanish in this case, and you are helping me as well as a teacher to spread it all over the world. So have a good time and see you in our next video. Bye bye.